All right, guys, welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. This is Kermit today. Unfortunately, Greg is out of the shop. Behind me is a 1988 Monte Carlo SS. Generally, we don't get into stuff this new, but there's a good reason we own this one. This thing has been notorious around the shop for just being a really, really nice driving car. 35,000 original miles on this one. That all being said, let's take a listen to the numbers matching small block under the hood. All right, guys, on the front of this Monte Carlo, as you can see, it looks like, at least we all believe it to be factory original paint. It looks like all like the factory pinstriping on this stuff, or it would be almost like an overlay kind of a thing, like almost more or less a sticker that they put on this in the factory in the 80s. It looks to all be original on this car. There's a little bit of something going on in the front bumper there. Maybe they bumped just like a parking block or something like that a long time ago, but really you got to look for it. You know, you might not even be able to see it in the video here, but very, very slight on the front. Outside of that, the hood looks like it's in really good shape. I do like the color on this. It's not as loud of a color as you get on a lot of these. There's a very small nick up there up on the passenger side. We'll come to it when we get to the other side there in just a second, or we'll come back by it, I should say. We got factory wheels on this thing, everything just as it left the factory back in 1988. Of course, you know, all the marker lights, all that stuff's all still there. And the paint has survived actually really, really well on this car. In 1988, this is about what all the paint jobs look like as they rolled out of the factory. And something that's really cool on this, door buzzer works. And it's not really much of a surprise either. I mean, everything on this car is really, really nice. And like I said, this thing has actually gained a reputation around the shop where all the mechanics are all talking, guys, have you guys driven that 88 yet? That thing is amazing. And I've heard it from more than one person. Everyone that drives it has got to go and tell somebody else about it. On the deck lid, of course, everything is it's beautiful back here. The paint feels nice and glossy, just like it should. Looks like the factory amount of orange peel, just not very much, but you can tell that this is a factory, or at least we all believe it to be a factory paint job on this thing. All the back of the car is in wonderful shape. The rear bumper on this thing looks to be just about pristine. I don't see anything on it I wouldn't want to see. Of course, the factory two-tone on this looks wonderful. Coming around to this side, I mean, of course, all the lenses, none of that stuff is cracked, none of it's hazed, you know what I mean? It's getting around in the 80s. This is getting around the time where people really started driving these, and someone really took care of this one. It got stuffed in a heated garage, and it probably got driven maybe on road trips or something like that, once every now and again sort of a thing. Of course, this side, once again, beautiful. Door hinges aren't worn out, 35,000 original miles on this. Same good looking wheels on this side as well. All of this all fits still really well because, of course, this on these are all like a rubbery, kind of like a plastic sort of a thing. It's not warped and it's not cracked. It's actually, it's pretty surprising how good a shape all this stuff is in, especially when this stuff sat out in the sun and it started to warp, started to change colors on you. This one hasn't. This is an excellent example of a 88 Monte Carlo. Let's take a look at the interior. Okay, guys, as you saw, door buzzer does work on this. Of course, you pull the key out, it quits making that noise, just as it should be. This interior is sweet. I can't put it into words how excited. I'm a dork. I get excited with cars like this, especially stuff that you don't often see that's this nice. And this car just makes me happy on the inside. Door panels look like they're in excellent shape. All of like this, like kind of like a suede kind of cloth material. I mean, it's perfect. It doesn't look like anyone's ever sat in this thing. Of course, all this stuff works. I'm assuming all the electronics, all that stuff is working. It's got remote mirrors, electric windows. Of course, the seat, once again, is of the same material, and of course, it's in really good shape. I mean, you can look at that seat right there. Does it look like anyone has ever sat in that to you? I mean, pull up the mat. Of course, you get a good look at what the carpet actually looks like. It's beautiful. Even the floor mats look like they're in good shape, for heaven's sakes. I mean, of course, it's a factory car, so there's none of this has been monkeyed with under here, which is a big pet peeve of mine. We've got functional interior lights. That's me hitting the button off of it. There you go. Looks like the mirrors. I mean, all of it. All of this is in excellent shape. It being an SS, I'm not certain if it came with different gauges or not, but this does look like a somewhat sportier gauge cluster than something you would imagine to see, and something of like the late 80s. Of course, you got that that radio just screams 1980s. I mean, for heaven's sakes, you've got all of the factory climate control stuff all still there. It has not been monkeyed with. I absolutely love this. The rear seat, of course, looks even better than the front seat if there's such a thing. Carpet back there looks good as well. I mean, in the interior, it's all factory original. I mean, it doesn't get much nicer than this. It really doesn't. Let's go take a look at the passenger side. All right, guys, passenger side, same good looking interior as the driver's side. Something that I did forget to do on the driver's side I'll do over here is I can give you the rub underneath the door lip here. And of course, that pinch weld is where you start to see a lot of rot. And I mean, this thing, I don't feel a single rust bubble underneath that. It's in wonderful shape. Something else I'd like to point out that I didn't point out on the other side is all of the factory weather stripping. All that's in excellent shape. The door bumpers are all still there. All the original paint on all this, it's all still there. None of it has been messed with. It has all survived pretty astoundingly up to this point. Even the scuff plates. We're going to give you a lift of the carpet. You can see there, everything is in beautiful shape there. Even give you the front lift right there where people's feet always end up messing it up. I mean, it's in excellent shape. Same thing with the seat. So give you an open to the glove box there. Even the freaking glove box light works, for heaven's sakes. And something else that's really cool, that big yellow button right there, something they started doing in the 80s. If I turn the key on, the trunk works. Or the trunk popper actually works on this. Turn the key off. And the trunk key actually does work too, but I just like to showcase things like that when they actually work. That's, once again, I'm a dork. Stuff like that kind of makes me happy. The underside of the deck lid looks like it's in, looks all factory stuff. It's got all like the original stickers and stuff on it. Give you a lift of the mat here. This is all in factory original condition here. None of this has been messed with. All the wiring is still nice and pretty over here. That's, once again, something that you just do not see. Same thing with like all the original spare tire equipment and all that stuff, but once again, something that you just do not often see, and it's not that surprising to me that all this is in that good a shape, considering that the weather strip doesn't look like it's been messed with. The second that people start tearing this stuff out and then trying to replace it, then the trunk starts to leak, then you get water in the trunk. That hasn't happened here. All this looks to be the right stuff for the car. Even all of like inside of these little like I guess the jam right inside of here, that's where leaves and stuff like to collect, and that's where the moisture starts sitting, and then the rust starts. And this car has not had that. All of like up in here, you can reach your finger up in there, and it feels like brand new metal inside of there. A lot of the time you'll get the scale, not this car at all. Like I said, this car really excites me. So that all being said, we're gonna get it outside, and hopefully we can go out and, at least I can go out and drive it. Greg might get to do it, I'm not certain, but it's really nice.
All right, let's take this Monte Carlo for a ride. Low mileage, beautiful baby right here, guys. What a sweet car. I tell you, I was, how old? I guess I'd been driving for about 10 years when this car came out, and this was one of my favorites. Just a sweetheart. What a cool car. Someone took very, very good care of it. We'll get down here to the dash when we turn in up here. It's got a great sound about it. It's got plenty of power, driving smooth as can be. And we can ship this baby anywhere in the world. You just call Tom at 248-974-9513 and he'll tell you all about this beautiful car. Now look down here on the dash. I mean, it looks brand spanking new. Just beautiful. All the finishes look good. All the gauge faces look good. The lenses are nice and clean. The dash itself looks factory original. I'll tell you what, you can tell this thing definitely lived indoors its entire life. No sun damage on this car whatsoever. And we can also help out with financing, so give Tom a call at 248-974-9513. It's only like a 15-minute phone call with the banker and you're all set up. Or you can do it online on our website. Go to VanguardMotorsales.com. Flip this baby around and head back to the barn. And our shop's right outside the Motor City. So we're only 20 minutes from the airport. If you'd like to fly in and check out this beauty or one of the other 120 cars, actually I misspoke, 220 cars we have in stock, please hop on an airplane, jump in your car, come see us. we'd love to meet you. We sell about 90% of our cars sight unseen, so we don't get to meet a lot of our customers. So we'd love to meet you guys, so come on down and don't wait around on this car, because I tell you what, Tommy had 6 applications come in last night. He just got done showing me. So these things are selling like hotcakes right now. Listen to that exhaust. Car's running perfect, nice and comfortable to drive. I'll tell you what, I drive this cross country right now. This thing is sweet, guys. Now, when we get them into the shop, we go through all the major systems to make sure everything's working and that we can answer all your questions when you call Tom. So give him a call at 248-974-9513, and he'll tell you just how easy it is to park this dream in your driveway anywhere in the world. Get around the corner here. Now, we're about to do something that you don't see any other dealer doing. We're going to get this car up on the lift so you can see just how clean the bottom side is. Then we're going to pop the hood and take a look at the engine compartment. Here's our shop right here at 15100 Keel Street. So we'd love to have you come down. Make sure you stick with us so you can check out the video of the underside and under the hood. All right, we're underneath this beauty now, and she is super clean under here too. Look at the bottom side of that bumper. Look at that gas tank, 1988. It's still beautiful. Now, the car was undercoated, and they did a beautiful job. It really looks nice under here. It's got the original shocks. We got a 10-bolt rear end here. She's got right around the 373 gear, and it is open. We do believe that's original. It looks like it's had a brand new exhaust system put on it. Looks sharp, mufflers are new, frame looks nice. Of course, the floorboards are gorgeous. It looks like the catalytic converter is original to the car, and the Y-pipe is original. We got 200 R4 trans here, which is a 4-speed automatic. We got the 5-liter motor up front from that SS. I can still see papers here. The tags are still on the springs. Nice and clean up here. Just a gorgeous car here, guys. You can really tell, definitely a low mileage car. Now let's look at wheels and tires. All right, up front here, the wheels look like they're original to the car, and they're in beautiful shape. It looks like it's still got a tag on it there. And the tires also look original, and we suggest that if you're gonna drive this car, to change these tires, but save these babies because they're original. Let's check the rear. All right, out back here, again, the Eagle GT Plus 4s, 215, 65 15s. Again, original tires. If you're going to drive the car, put new ones on there, save these. Beautiful right down to the bottom edge. Wheel lips look good. Just a gorgeous car, guys. Very low mileage. Let's get under the hood. All right, under the hood here, everything's original under here too. This 5-liter, highest horsepower motor that they made back then. We've got power brakes, power steering, air conditioning. All the hoses look good. All the wiring looks great. Super clean under here. You can tell this baby lived indoors its entire life. 1988 model here, guys. That's a lot of years. Give us a call at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park this dream in your driveway.